Okay, welcome back, guys. So we are here talking with a good friend of mine, Tracey, and she is going to give us a little bit of information about who she is and her business. And we're also going to have a little girl talk too. So I can't wait.
Yes.
Tracey, thank you so much for coming.
You're very welcome. I'm so excited to be here.
Yes. Now, let's get into it. So Decor by Tracey. Tell us, what is Decor by Tracey all about? You're an interior designer.
Yes.
And give us some information about your business, the type of clientele that you deal with.
Absolutely. So Decor by Tracey is a interior decorating company, and we are based in Maryland, but we do travel. So we've been places like Delaware, we've been to Chicago, West Virginia, just to name a few. And as a part of a design company, we also have our own products. So we have candles that are out, we have pillows, and we just launched our new interior paint collection, Iconic Paint. So
that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And to be a Black interior designer and you have, your pillows out, your candles.
Right.
What inspired you to get into that part of the business?
I've always been into home design. So ever since I was a little girl, I used to watch the home building shows, and I always wanted to have my own business. So I just took a leap of faith. I actually left my career. I was an educator. I was teaching for more than 7 years in DC public schools, and I decided to go ahead and do it.
Wow.
Just jump.
So how long have you been, doing the interior designing?
When I tell you this, you're going to be surprised, but only 4 years.
4 years?
4 years.
Wow.
4 years, and the amount of success in 4 years is unheard of.
Okay. Now, are you just doing homes? Are you doing offices as well?
No. So I design commercial spaces as well as residential spaces.
Okay.
So if you're looking for someone,
that's the girl. That's the girl for y'all. Okay. Well, that's really dope. Now, where are you based out of?
Maryland.
Okay,
Maryland.
From Maryland. Is that where you're from too?
I am from Maryland. My family is originally from Washington, D.C., though. So I do have some Caribbean background. My dad is from Jamaica.
Wow.
So, I have a little bit of flair.
Right. Okay. Yeah. That's dope. Now, speaking of that, what are some of the things where do you want to take Decor by Tracey? What are the next steps?
That's a great question. I really want to take it worldwide. Like, I really want to go to Africa, design some homes in Africa, go to Dubai.
Wow.
Especially have my products be in stores all over.
Right.
That's like my number one dream, is to have my paint be like the next paint, like Benjamin Moore.
Yeah.
And people just go and purchase that paint and be able to have products all around.
Wow. Well, you know what? Yeah. Me and you have to connect on that because, for those that don't know, me and Tracey met at a vending, what do you call it? A vending.
We did.
It was
like a pop-up shop.
Yeah, a pop-up shop, basically, because I have my own natural home products. And, Tracey does, her candles and things of that sort for the home. So, yeah, we definitely got to collab with that. And we can get our products together in the stores, So, yeah, teamwork makes the dream work.
Absolutely.
I'm definitely a believer in that.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, any clientele specifically? Like, is there anybody that you are, that you wish or hope to work with later on?
Well, being that I live in Maryland, I'm close to the Washington, D.C. area. So we have a lot of prominent people that live in the area, including the Potomac Housewives that air on Bravo. So they're just up $4.95. I would love to work in one of their homes, work with a top-of-the-line architecture company, just to use my products, especially my paint, because not only do we have the interior line, but we also have an exterior collection coming out for the exterior of the home, where you may want to repaint your home. So definitely.
Oh, okay. Now, how do you get the workers that help out with the painting, and sometimes you may have to do some lifting. Things that you do the designing part, but as far as doing the other hard labor, how do you connect with those people to get those?
That's another good question. So when I first started out with my company, I fostered relationships with people who had already been in business. And then from there, we started working together as a team. And when I get clients, it's like they're coming to work with me, so they're being referred as well. And then that's how we partnered that relationship. So a lot of my contractors are through outside companies where we fostered that relationship, and they work with me.
Got you. Oh, that's so okay. Now let's get into a little girl talk.
Okay.
I don't know about you, but if you see a lot of things on social media. Now, my whole thing is we always hear this, and I'll put a post up because I feel like at a certain age, and I was going to talk about this by myself.
Okay.
But I said, you know what? I want to talk about it with another female.
Okay.
So do you think that at some point in time, you know, at a certain age, we should, as women, start to maybe dress our age, act our age? Because, I mean, you see all these shows out here, and there's women pushing 40, and they're on these shows, they're fighting, they're carrying on. You know, I mean, they're pretty much acting like streetwalkers. And it's like, when do we say, okay, it's time to hang it up? You know what I'm saying? Do you think that, or do you think that women should just, you know, live your life, don't worry about, you know, how old you are, dress how you want to dress, do what you want to do? What do you think about that?
You know, I'm going to just say this. A lot of women who are older actually look younger than the women who are younger.
Wow. Oh, definitely.
If that makes any sense, you know. Yes. And you have a lot of women who are getting their bodies done, women who want to start over again. They've had their children. Many have been divorced. And for them, they just want to live it up. They want to be able to go out, do them. But to answer your question, yes, there's a fine line. I don't want to see a 40 or 50-plus woman wearing something that a 20-year-old would wear.
Right.
I think that's a little inappropriate.
Yeah.
Especially if you do have a family and you still have younger children. Yes, I think that there should be, how can I say this without coming off rude?
It's okay. But we like to be real on this show, okay? Tell us how you really feel.
You know, like what your grandparents would say, you know, keep it cute, but keep it classy. You know? Yeah. Especially if you're single, you know, and you do want to be courted and you do want to marry one day, that man may not want you. He may just look at you as fun.
Speaking of that.
Okay.
Yes, definitely. I definitely feel that the way you dress will determine a man's thought process as to how he is going to view you.
Absolutely.
Okay. And that's real. And I'm hearing this a lot, this masculine and this feminine. Women today are being too masculine. What do you think about that?
I think because they have to. It's not that women cannot operate in their femininity. I think that the pressure of society with women having to raise their children on their own and carry a lot of the responsibility, they were placed in that position. And sometimes that femininity gets turned off, not because she can't turn it back on, but she knows that for her to make it through the day and even make it through life, she has to act and be in that dominant role, which is that masculinity, you know, emotion and that she's given off.
Wow. See, I'm glad I sat down with you because I feel like this. I feel like, you know, I don't think that it's hard to turn it off. I understand, you know, society may bring that pressure on, but I hear some women say, you know, when they go home, it's kind of hard for them to turn it off. But here is my thing. Why is it hard for you to turn it off? When you go out into the world, you are wearing all these different hats. You know, you're wearing the boss hat, you're wearing the worker's hat, you know, you're making decisions, you're wearing all these different hats. So why can't you wear the feminine hat when you get home? Like, you know what I'm saying? Why is that so hard? And I feel like we continue to put the blame on men. Oh, they're not stepping up. But what are you leaving them to step up to if you're being the man 24/7?
Right. And if I could be honest, even if you do operate in that masculinity role 24/7, there is some femininity in you. You have it. You do have that. As a woman, we have those vulnerable moments where we want to be held. We don't want to be strong all the time.
Right.
If we can be honest, some women may cry alone because you're tired of doing it by yourself. We all have it. You just have to tap into that femininity. And when the right man comes in, you can let him handle that masculinity.
Okay. Well, that's a great way to put it. Do you think that I hear some younger women saying this a lot too, that I hear that there aren't any good men. What do you think about that? Because I think that's a little, I
don't agree with that.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't either. But I feel like just because you haven't found a good man, experience a good man, doesn't mean that there aren't any good men, because there are.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And I feel like, too, you know how they say, surround yourself with the type of people that, that inspire you. Like, okay, for instance, if you want to be an entrepreneur, surround yourself with entrepreneurs. Well, maybe you should start surrounding yourself with people that know how to love.
Yes.
Surround yourself with other couples who have successful relationships, who have successful marriages, But if you're constantly hanging around the streetwalkers and you're constantly hanging around, women who are just in and out of relationships, then you, my dear, then you might want to look at yourself.
Well, yeah, there's power in words.
Definitely.
So if you are confessing that there are no good men, you're not going to meet anybody.
Wow.
You're bringing no good men into your life, whether you believe that or not. When you say that. Absolutely. And, you are what you believe.
Right.
So if you believe that I'm never going to meet this guy, it's not going to happen for me, then you already spoke defeat over you. And you haven't even given yourself a chance to meet that person that could have been coming into your life, or you delayed it.
Yeah.
Because you're speaking against your own victory.
There you go. That's a very mature way to say that. Yes. Now, speaking of you, so your career, do you have any children? Are you planning on having any children?
I'm planning on having some.
Okay.
I am, but I don't have any children right now. Okay. So the blessing in that is it gives me the opportunity to really build up my business
and focus,
because I really do want to leave an inheritance to my children. So that gives me a chance to build that up and really just wait on God's timing. I've went through enough frauds.
Oh, wow.
I don't need to go to fraud school anymore. Okay?
Yeah.
Like, I've done it, and I'm ready for the real deal. And sometimes you have to wait until that time comes. It's not that it's not coming. It's just that you got to allow God. I'm allowing God to lead this time. I'm going to say that.
Okay.
I pick wrong.
Well, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that, we pick wrong.
No, for me.
It's just, well, no, but even for you, because you don't know what you're meeting, when you first meet the person. You have to get to know them, So you can't just look at someone and say, yeah, you're the right one. You're not, you don't know, so.
Yeah. Let me rephrase it. Because it's not that I'm picking wrong. My discernment is off. Let me just say that.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah.
Because if you can discern, because you got a lot of men that look good on the exterior, but internally they are jacked up. Like you have a lot of hurting grown men out here who's still trying to heal the little boy in him.
Right.
And sometimes that can get in the way when you've already done the work to heal, if we can be honest. And a lot of times when you're healing, you're whole, you attract broken people sometimes.
Yeah, that's true.
And for me, I'm at a place where I'm ready for a healthy relationship. I don't want any more toxic relationships. I need someone who has done the work like I did.
Right.
I'm not a therapist.
Yeah.
I'm not here to try to save anybody.
Right.
But at the end of the day, I do understand that some things take time. But if you're going to therapy, if you're doing what you need to do to become whole, I think we need more whole men that can own up to their hurts and their pain so that we can have those healthy relationships.
Yeah, definitely. So what type of, would you want to, say you get married? Is that your goal?
It is.
Okay. So are you with bringing your husband into your business and building, or would you want to keep it separate?
Great question.
Like, you have your own business, I have mine, or would you want to do it together?
I just had this conversation and...
Wow, really?
Yeah, I did. I did. We talked about prenups. Yeah,
that's big. How do you feel about that?
This is my thing on it. If I built this business up, right? Hard work, the time I put in, we're going to have to sign a prenup.
Wow.
We're going to have to sign a prenup. And I'm not saying that we're going to get divorced or anything like that, but this primary entity will be mine. We can build other businesses together.
Okay.
We can build other businesses together.
Okay.
But I feel like, and this is just my opinion, ladies, you may disagree, but for me, with this Decor by Tracey, is mine.
Okay, fellas?
It's mine.
Did you hear that
I built
part?
that baby from the ground up. Now, say if, we decide to come out with another product or we want to expand it, then yes, we are one. We are one. At that time, we are one. And yes, what's mine is yours and what yours is mine. Okay,
so you wouldn't mind if he say, okay, I want you to sign this prenup, and he has all these successful businesses and this and that. How would you feel?
That's a nice way to flip the script.
Yeah.
Okay, but there has to be a clause in there. Because, hold on, hear me out.
Okay.
If I'm not walking away with nothing, you never... Hear me out. You never go into a marriage hoping for divorce. Like if you were to interview any couple, divorce was never an option in the beginning, right? But if he commits adultery or whatever happens in that union that causes the divorce, I need to walk away with something, especially if there's children involved.
Okay.
If there's no children involved, have your money.
Okay. Well, that's a nice way to put it.
I mean, because at the end of the day, if we both are in the business industry, we have our own lucrative businesses, and we're making pretty good money, you keep your money, I keep mine. But if there's children involved, I'm not raising them by myself.
I definitely agree with that.
Especially if there's property involved, homes.
Yeah. Okay, well... I respect that opinion, and that's
what do you feel? I mean,
because that it really is a tough question, and it's really something you have to think about. I guess really you won't know how you feel until you get there.
That's a good point.
You really don't, because I feel like a lot of times we on the outside look in judging, like, oh, I wouldn't have done that, or I wouldn't have did this, or, why she do that? But we don't really know until what we would do until we are actually, in that situation ourselves,
But you know what just came to my mind is Mary J. Blige.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Like that situation breaks my heart. I hate the fact that she has to continue to pay him alimony.
Oh wait, she's still paying?
I think so.
Oh my God.
I mean, I don't know, but I think so.
Wow.
Right? So imagine that. Like, this is a person that broke the union, and I still got to pay you out until you remarry.
That makes me think, was he after her money all along? I don't know.
I mean,
what do you think? I mean, because the way, and the fact that you were wrong, in the wrong, and you still pursuing to get alimony. Makes sense.
I think we need to work on the marriage laws in America,
and
especially certain states, because if a spouse cheats and then I still have to be responsible because you used to live in a certain lifestyle.
Yeah,
I mean, no,
gotta be careful, right?
So you have to have a lawyer. You just have to go over everything because again, like I said before, nobody goes into marriage wanting to divorce. That's never.
Some people got their motives and they going in for a specific
that's true. That's very
reason.
True. Which is why it goes back to me saying you have to have discernment.
Yeah.
You have to know, ladies and gentlemen, who you are dating, like who you're pursuing. And I love what I heard one time. This person said, you have to see people in all 4 seasons.
Mm-hmm. You do.
Right? You got to see them in all 4 seasons. You got to see how they handle rejection. Mm-hmm. You know, how do they react when they're angry? How do they act when, you know, even when you don't like something that they do.
Right.
So, yeah.
Definitely. You brought that. That's all 4 seasons. Mm-hmm. Now, speaking of which, let's switch the lanes a little bit. Who are you listening to musically these days?
Ooh, that's a tough one.
I'm a big hip hop fan, you know. I am, you know, and I don't know why, but it just really, you know what it is too? I think because some songs speak my life, you know, or, you know, I don't know, but I'm a hip hop fan, you know, more so than an R&B fan, but I like R&B too, don't get me wrong, but yeah. But who are you listening to?
It's interesting because I like all genres of music, but lately I've been finding myself listening to more neo-soul.
Neo-soul, okay.
More neo-soul, a little bit more R&B.
Like who? Would you consider Chrisette Michele neo-soul? I think she's like, I don't know.
She's a cross because she, you know, she's done...
love her. I love her. Yeah.
Yeah, she is. She's, you know, she's a great artist. And
her, Who do you like? Jill Scott, maybe?
Jill Scott. I was just listening to Algebra on the way up here. I don't know if you're familiar with her song.
Algebra.
She sang that song, I don't want nobody but you.
I don't know. Maybe if I heard it.
Touching. Yeah, I'm not a singer. Okay. There's a lot of new artists out too.
Tim's.
Yes, Tim's is a good one too. Also, I really do like Eric Bellinger. He's a good one. And Tone Smith. I like a lot of his songs too. So I like the artists that are coming up, the new artists.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So you're into the new artists. I really, I stick to the ones that I've grew up on.
Well, yeah, like 702, Total.
Yeah.
90s, I can get with it all day.
I'm still listening to older music. Yeah. Like, you know, because I feel like they're classics and the music just does something different for me, you know?
Yeah,
so I'm just into that. Yeah.
But see, I'm very careful about what I listen to because if I come in the morning listening to that ratchet music, my mood changes and I'm...
Wow, really?
Yeah, I can't. It has to be calm, soothing, and then I can't forget my gospel music too. So
yes. The gospel music, yeah. Wow. You know who's a great, who I like, who is a new gospel artist, Corinne Hawthorne.
Yes.
I like her. Yeah.
Yes, I love her song, Bless Up.
That one, Won't He Do It? Yeah. And she has this other one, Sunday, I think it's called.
Oh, I haven't heard that one yet.
On Sunday.
Okay, when I get in my car.
Yeah, I'm not going to sing it. But yeah, she has some songs that I like.
Awesome.
So, yeah. So, well, that's good to hear. So what is your day-to-day like, you know, with Decor by Tracey? What is your day-to-day like? Because... you know, so many women are like, oh, my God, I got to do this and that. How do you keep your schedule in order? What is your day-to-day like, basically?
My day-to-day is very busy. There's a lot of planning that goes into this because when you are designing homes, you got to make sure that you have your designs ready. So I do have designers that work with me. I have designers that do the actual designing. Okay. So I'll come with the initial plan and say, this is the vision I have for this space. This is what I would like to see. Okay. And just communicating with my team, so my designers to get the designs done, checking in with contractors, making sure that they're available for that particular project for the day. It's all about scheduling and balance.
Wow, balance.
Balancing out the day-to-day operations.
Do you ever get like extremely drained?
Oh, for sure. It was one moment I just shut down my Instagram.
Really?
I did.
What happened? What happened? Were
just
you
to take a break. Just to take a break. It can be very overwhelming.
Okay, so let me get this clear. Was it your work that was overwhelming, or was it social media?
Both.
Wow.
Because you have to understand, I have 4 pages, and they need to be updated. They need to show our latest products. And especially with my Decor by Tracey, I get a lot of people that request services. So they'll be in my DMs. They'll come on to the website and submit inquiries. So it can become a lot. It could become a lot. And I don't yet trust anyone to manage my pages just yet. Listen. We have to. I used to be like that. We have to start trusting people. You know, I mean, it's just something we're just going to have to do when you're trying to grow a business. Absolutely.
There's no way around it. You know, if something happens, then you just got to find a way to get through it, you know. I was listening to, I don't know if you know of her, but her name is Cindy Trim.
Yes.
And she is like...
I like Cindy.
She's like a... What would you call, like a not just inspiration, but she's very religious. And
she's well seasoned.
She was saying how she trusted these people to help, you know, they were her accountants and they were doing other things in her business, and she lost millions of dollars. You know, and that right there was like, oh my gosh. And that's, I think, what a lot of business owners fear is like, I'm scared because nobody is going to respect and help you the way that you feel you should be helped and do all that they can do because it's not their vision.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So how are you coping with that? Like, are you trying to find some trustworthy people? Like, what are the stages? Where are you at right now with that?
Absolutely. So right now, even with the paint, I have my own production company that they run it all. They do the labels. They make sure the paint gets mailed out.
Okay.
So that takes a huge load off for me.
Right.
When it comes down to the administrative part, though, I'm still working on that.
Okay.
I'm still working on that.
Yeah, and that's going to take time,
Because, again, I'm very particular. You know, I'm nice on camera. I'm all smiles. But if something comes up wrong, I can turn into a different person.
I think that's a lot of people. Yeah. So we have different personalities. It's okay because it's like we have to turn on those different hats. You really, you know, you're wearing different hats, and sometimes you got to take one off and put another one on.
But 95% of the time, I'm like this, though. So
well, that's a good thing.
So you get this a lot. But if the 5% got to come out, it's run.
Right. Well, so what you still didn't tell me, is there anybody specifically that you would like to work with? Did we? I think we did.
We did. But, you know, I'm open.
What does your clientele look like?
My clients, they are lawyers, judges, doctors. These are prominent people.
Okay.
Who make very good money and who can afford to spend $10,000 on a sofa.
Wow. $10,000 on a sofa?
$10,000 on a sofa. I had a client once, she had everything customly built.
Oh, wow.
Bed frame, everything. And that alone was $10,000. And they had it shipped up from North Carolina to their home. So, yeah, there are people out there who have the resources and they just want to come home to a very comfortable place.
Right.
Right? Because
they work hard for it.
Exactly.
So why
Imagine
not?
being a doctor and you're working on people 24/7.
Yeah.
You want to come home and you want to enjoy the fruit of your labor, and you should be able to do that without feeling ashamed.
Yeah. Exactly. Okay. Well, let everybody know, because I want y'all to support her. Okay.
Yes.
Where they can find you.
You can find me at Decor by Tracey. You can also find me at Iconic Paint, at Plush Decorative Pillows, also at Home Scent Candle Collections. And just be on the lookout for us one day to be in your local stores.
Yes. All right. Well, thank you so much, Tracey.
You're welcome.
I appreciate you.